Pat Bryant out of Illinois gets drafted in an RP mini sample. We're talking about 3 games here. He's got a 50% success rate versus man, 50% success, 77% success rate versus zone. Again, I will say this though, Matt, this was a mini sample. By the way, go check it out, receptionperception.com. I do wonder on the rookie roundup. Yeah. I do wonder that if he did get a full sample, what the numbers would look like, because man, I gotta be honest. I could have sworn he was better than some of these numbers have indicated.
Look at the release.
There's your separation.
Great route.
Stutter and go. Gets by clean.
That is unbelievable.
Maybe the greatest catch I've ever seen.
Yeah, well, this is the tough thing with the mini samples is we're trying to kind of get in the, like, we're trying to be like directionally accurate with the player. We're not necessarily like, oh man, we got it. We figured it all out with some of the data points. Cause yeah, it's 3 games. And sometimes like the more a player, the longer the sample goes, sometimes it gets better. Sometimes it gets worse, you know? And so we're just kind of getting in the ballpark of who this player is. And I actually, if you look at the route data, the route success rate chart, I really think it actually explains why some of these success rates are lower. He ran a 9 route on 18.6% of his sample snaps. He had a 27.8% success rate on 9 routes. It's atrocious.
It's
atrocious. Which, by the way, makes sense because he ran a 4.6 40-yard dash.
Yeah, right.
Like that speed. There's no speed. It does. Yeah. It shows up. Like,
he's 6'2", 204. It's different if you're 6'7" and you know 220 or something. Yeah, exactly.
He's not. He just is. The speed's not there.
Right.
But he ran a dig route on 16.5% of his sampled routes. That was a 75% success rate. Curl route was a good range. Comebacks were good range. Like I actually think, and he's pretty good hands too. Like he tracks the ball well.
Yeah.
Doesn't drop passes. Catches a lot. He's got something to him after the catch too. He was in space on 78.6% of his sampled catches.
He's tough.
He went down on first contact on just 36.4%. Broke multiple tackles on 27.3%. So I looked at him and I said, "Man, you know who this guy reminds me of?
Who's that?
Former Broncos wide receiver Tim Patrick."
And he goes to the Broncos.
And he goes to the Broncos. And you know, they're both like bigger, not massive, but they're bigger receivers that aren't necessarily elite separators, but they win over the middle, tough, break tackles. You know, Patrick was like a first down machine.
Yeah. With
the Denver Broncos. And like he looks like a Sean Payton receiver, doesn't he?
He does.
He's bigger. He's probably not going to be an X, but he can play off the line of scrimmage. This landing spot made a lot of sense to me. It's honestly kind of like what they got out of Devon Vele last year, but you know, Vele was kind of up and down as a rookie. Maybe they're just throwing another body into the mix here.
I'll say this too about Pat Bryant. Again, some of these numbers are so bad. It's shocking how bad it is. I mean, as Matt mentioned, 27.8% success rate on the 9 route, which is just insane. By the way, he ran that route a ton too. 19% route participation. Yeah. As a matter of fact, Matt, on the slants, 55% success rate on the slants. It's one of the worst numbers I've ever seen. He ran that at 19% route participation as well. The 2 routes that he ran the most, he was terrible at, which is really, really interesting.
So that does depress the overall success rate. The success rate for zone was pretty good.
Yeah.
It was fine. Not pretty good. It was fine.
Yeah.
So
it's below 80, but
it's below 80, but like it's a small sample. We're talking about 1 or 2 routes, maybe it pushes above 80, whatever. Like I'm not going crazy on the the overall success rates here, but again, we're trying to be like in the ballpark, directionally accurate with the player.
Right.
And I do think, we bring down those 2 routes that he was terrible on, like it's something that starts to look a lot better.